What's the story, Morning Glory? What is the word, hummingbird? The word is I am completely over the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This show is, I felt like this season was definitely the worst season. It was kind of the best and kind of the worst at the same time. It was the best because with this whole Jen Shaw drama, and it was the worst because of this whole Heather Gay drama. Her and her damn black eye ruined it for me. It ruined it for me because obviously we always have these speculations and these assumptions that some of these storylines are fake or they're just made up, or people are just faking the funk for ratings, whatever. We all feel like, okay, that might be going on, but we just don't have that concrete proof until Heather's black eye stepped into the room. That's when it was like concrete proof that yes, these people are just doing stuff for the cameras. This is not real. This is not reality. This is just some concocted nonsense for the cameras. And that's what really aggravated me about Heather Gay's black eye. Heather was one of my favorite housewives on this particular franchise, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I actually like Meredith. I liked Heather. And I liked Jen Shaw because she was such a character. She's so interesting. I don't condone what she did, but I liked her before we found out that she was a criminal. Before all of that, I did like Jen Shaw because she was interesting. She was really, really interesting. And my favorite of all is Mary. She's my absolute favorite. Unfortunately, she's not there anymore. Okay, so we got to work with what we got left. And I was so over the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, I didn't even do a review for the very last episode, the season finale, because I really didn't care. And now here we have this stupid reunion. And let's just, anyways, let's just get into it. I'm not going to go play by play because it's just, I don't care. And it's just very draining. And also, there's too much stuff going on outside the cameras that spills into what goes on what goes on during the season. For example, one of the major dramas, one of the major events of the season was when Whitney talked about how Lisa would do something strange for some change. Like she would, the things that she would do for jazz tickets and the things that she would do to get Vita picked up or Vita placed in whatever, certain establishments. That whole, that whole drama stemmed from an event that took place off camera. And this is when supposedly Angie H had told Heather and Whitney that she had heard or that she knew that Lisa is exchanging favors for jazz tickets and Vita placement. So that spills into the season. But the cameras weren't there. So it's a whole bunch of he said, she said, or she said, she said. Angie H denies ever saying that. Heather denies hearing it. So all you have is Whitney screaming from the top of her lungs that this occurred, that this took place. Obviously, to me, Angie H and Heather got together and decided that they were going to agree that Angie H never said that because Heather and Angie H are friends. So it could have been said, but now Heather and Angie H have decided we're going to deny that that was said. I'm going to deny that you said it, and I'm going to deny saying it. And then Whitney's going to be the one looking all crazy by herself, accusing Angie H of saying this. So she said, she said. I don't have time for that. At least if it was something on camera, we can play back the tape and see what really went down. Because I understand even though these women are being recorded, a lot of the times they forget things that they've said and things that they've done. And so they'll always do a lot of playback to let the viewer know exactly what went down. So with this whole situation between Whitney and Lisa and jazz tickets and Vita placement and what Lisa would do, it was stupid to watch for us because we don't know if it was said or not. And I cannot take how many episodes, 15 episodes or 20 episodes of she said, she said. It's very, very repetitive. It's boring. It's dry. It's just not interesting. Okay. Moving on from there. Another issue that I had, I'll talk about Heather's blackout when I get there. Okay, so Jen was invited to the reunion, but her attorneys had advised against it. Thank God, because this was before she got convicted, but this is before she got convicted, but after she pled guilty. Her lawyer should have kept her away from this show, period. And I understand that it would have been an extremely dry season without Jen Shaw. But for her best interest, she should not have been on this show, period. But here we are. What the hell was Dana wearing? Dana, what was she wearing? She had on this cape. Look, I'm not a fashionista by far. I know nothing about what's trending, what's in, what's hot, what's popping. I know nothing about any of this stuff. But to me, Dana looked strange. She did the most. For being a friend of the show, she came up there looking like, I don't know, the queen of what? What? It was doing the most. Her outfit was just really over the top, especially when you have like a cast member like Meredith, who looks like, she just she just left the office. Meredith looked really nice. She looked really, really nice, but I didn't think it was reunion worthy, because in the reunion, you're supposed to really show out. She looked really, really nice. I feel like what Meredith wore was the best reunion outfit that she's ever worn, because she's always a little bit over the top with her feathers and whatever else. I liked how she looked, but compared to Dana, it was very down. It was very understated. Dana, why did you come on stage with a damn cape? Like I said before, too much off-camera drama that spills into the season, and we don't know what was said. We don't know what the hell was going on off camera, and we just spent way too much time on it. Angie K, why was she talking like that? Did she just get her lips in? Because she was talking as if her lips were too swollen for her to talk properly. So I'm assuming she had just gotten her lips done. So then they talk about Jen trying to expose Heather's business. Who was it? Was it Angie K that said that Jen tried to send her a whole bunch of information about Heather doing some underhanded stuff in her business? And to me, that was very interesting because of the fact that Heather goes so hard for Jen Shaw. She goes so hard for Jen. And here Jen was trying to destroy Heather's business. It never got out. That was never talked about, I think, during the season. But now that we saw that that's what Jen Shaw was trying to do behind the scenes, I'm like, damn. Heather, there's no such thing as friends. Let's talk about the damn black eye. Heather says that she blacked out. She completely blacked out, does not know what happened. So they grilled her. And Andy Cohen grilled her and was like, but you kept on saying, first you would say that you didn't know, then you would say that you knew but didn't want to tell. So which one is it? So she said that she really didn't know. And the only reason why she said that she knew, she said because she was hoping that somebody would step up and actually admit to what happened. So if she acted like she knew, then the person who was responsible would feel scared enough to confess or something. I don't know. I didn't understand because Heather's a liar. So, nothing that came out of her mouth made any sense because she was lying. So, but she's going to stick with the story that she doesn't know what happened because she blacked out. So then Lisa Barlow said, well, why didn't you just say you blacked out? That would have been the end of it because that would have been understandable because, these housewives, they like to get drunk out of their minds and pass out and black out and do whatever. We get that. We can accept that because we've seen it time and time again. So Heather says she didn't want to say that in the beginning because she's got such Mormon shame for drinking. But you don't have Mormon shame for flashing? And for constantly talking about sex and for constantly, like encouraging your daughter to go to college and, live it up and not have any kind of inhibitions and do whatever the hell she wants to do. What, Heather? So you don't have Mormon shame for anything else because she's always talking about, sexually suggestive things and blatantly sexually blatant things. She was flashing everybody over there in San Diego, wherever the hell they went in California, just flashing, climbing on top of different castmates. But you, all of a sudden, when it comes to drinking, you have Mormon shame. So she says she has such Mormon shame that she didn't want to admit that she would drink to the point of blacking out. Meredith said, we were all together the whole entire night. I didn't think anybody drunk enough to the point where they would black out and not remember anything. So then there was a speculation, did Jen do it? Did Jen do it? Did Jen give you the black eye? So Heather says that she doesn't know. She has no idea. And that she would rather have had Jen do it, and then they would have come up with a cover story together. That made no sense, because that's like exactly what happened. I don't know if Jen did it or not, but y'all came up with a cover story together. So was Heather like dropping hints that Jen did it? No, she was saying it without saying it. Dana thinks that Jen could have hit Heather by accident. How could you have hit someone that damn hard by accident? Unless you accidentally thought that you were in the ring with Mike Tyson. How do you accidentally hit someone so hard that their eye is swollen shut by accident? Like, I don't get that. So nothing Heather said made any sense. And that's what's so frustrating to me, because there's rumors out there that she caused the black eye her damn self. And because she's lying so much about it, I'm beginning to wonder maybe she did cause this black eye by herself. Cause this black eye by herself for the sake of a storyline. And like I said, we always have speculations that a lot of these storylines are fake and they're just created for drama, but we don't have concrete proof of it. And this right here is concrete proof that Heather's lying. Heather's a liar. So I'm very disappointed in Heather. And then Meredith up here lying about the fact that she no longer was carrying any type of hurt or anger towards Lisa Barlow for Lisa's hot mic rant. And so Andy asked her, if you're not mad about the hot mic rant anymore, then what are you mad about? And then she gave some convoluted story about Lisa not showing any sympathy for her when her father passed away. Girl, you know you're still mad about that hot mic rant. You know that you're still mad about that. That woman dragged you for filth. Exposed all your deepest, darkest secrets, if they're true. I have no idea. Made you to look like the cheapest, you know what, in New York. But you're completely over that. Lies. So this is the reason why Salt Lake City, it's a struggle. It's such a struggle. And I'm absolutely unhappy that there's going to be a part 2 to this damn reunion. And I hope part 2 is the last. Dana made me so mad with that dress. She made me so upset with that damn dress. Like, girl, you're just a friend of the show. Why are you doing the most like that? Why are you coming out like this? Anyways, it's her prerogative. Moving on. I don't think I have anything else to say. I felt like Andy was just as frustrated with these women as I was. It wasn't the best season. They're talking about, different blogs are talking about the possibility that they're going to do a complete cast makeover for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I don't know. I hope it's not as bad of a disaster as it was for the New York Housewives, because none of those women in New York should have left. I understand the need for new blood, fresh meat. I get it. New York is an exception. You can play musical chairs with whoever else you want to play musical chairs with. I don't really care. New York, they should never have touched the original cast of New York. Minus Jill, what was her name? Jill whatever. I didn't like Jill. I could do without Jill. Minus that, they should never have touched the original, the true OGs of New York. They should never have touched them. That's my review. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you for watching this video. On your way out, do not forget to rate the video if you like this content. Please go ahead and subscribe, and I will definitely talk to you later.